It's going to be Julian leading the charge here with J.R. Mitch right behind him in number 2 spot. It is two-wheel drive modified buggy. A-main number 1 presented by Jconcepts. Out on the track, Paul Wynn right there in that number 3 spot, followed closely by Kenny Cesser. We have a 4-car breakaway early on this first lap here. Julian with a wicked fast Associated B7 here. Does the TLR of J.R. Mitch have anything for Julian here in A-main number 1? Julian having some good laps here at the very start. Laying down a 16-second lap on lap number 2. He has clicked off some 15s here this weekend. J.R. Mitch right now feeling some pressure here from Kenny Cesser. Cesser also running the Associated in the 3. That's the closest and highest battle right now as they come in through the middle section of the track. J.R. staying really close on the pipe, not giving any room, any daylight to shine here for Kenny Cesser. Oh, Kenny Cesser with a bad lander. Landed a little crooked and sideways.
4 minutes left.
Going to give up just a tick of time here. A little bit of breathing room now for Mitch. Cesser pushing that Associated to the limit. You see that thing bicycling, carrying the rear wheel through the corner. Oh, bounces off the pipe there once again. Still keeping it under control, though. Julian beginning to stretch out his lead now. Nearly 2 seconds up on the field. Paul Wynn working in that number 4 spot now. As Kyle Paquette holding on to the 5. Tyler Rhymes in that number 6. Mason in that number 7. Trent Walker in the 8. Nolan Manchester in the 9. Kenny Cesser. Oh, no. Julian now with a bobble. New race leader. It's going to be J.R. Mitch out in front. Julian holding on to the 2. Oh, man. Julian hard into the corner. Rolls it upside down. J.R. Mitch into TLR. Showing the way on the Jconcepts tire. Running the Exalt Power. Across the start fence, down the back stretch he
3
goes.
3 minutes left.
JR got a really good line through that 90-degree tabletop. Man, Kenny Cesser got that thing in full punch, full send mode, trying to hold on to that number 2. JR, the wily veteran, out in front. Got a couple of lap cars that roll over there in front of him. Here he comes across that start-finish line. Leading the way. Fast lap so far for JR, 16-4. Julian now works his way up to the number 2. He's got to make up right at about 3.5 seconds here to JR. As time is winding on down. Just over 2 minutes left to go. JR coming up on the backside of Mason. Mason Marino, your leader, just behind you. Kyle Paquette right there just in front of Mason. They're battling for position with the leader coming in a hurry. Julian right now 2.8 seconds back. Oh, one upside down right, or out of the race line, excuse me. Oh, one goes for a big tumble against the wall.
2 minutes left.
Another one rolls upside down in front of our race leader. Clean track in the front now for JR. Now Julian got one more lap car to deal with here. Uh-oh, something broke on that one. Let's find our race leader here. Oh no, J.R. Mitch with a bobble. That's going to allow Julian now to slip past. 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. Kenny Cesser right there with the race lead. It's Cesser, Julian, and JR. Here they come over here on the right-hand side of the track, coming across that start-finish line. That all-silver buggy is your race leader with the yellow wheels. A-main number 1 on the line here with a minute 15 left to go. Julian trying to find a way around Kenny here. Kenny having to vibe very defensively. Julian all over his back bumper here, keeping the pressure on him as they work the right-hand side of the track, coming across that tabletop. Oh, man, that was really quick. Good line there for both 1 and 2. Oh, small correction there for Kenny, but he's still going to hold on to that top spot as he sent it into the corner. Power move there from Cesser. Julian keeping the pressure on him here. Oh, my goodness, as Julian is not letting any daylight shine in between that number 1 and 2. Oh, to the inside. Oh, what a crossover move from Julian to the race lead. JR right there as well. 1, 2, and 3 up and over the big tabletop they go. Around that sweeping turn on the right-hand side. Oh, Julian going wide. Cesser not able to capitalize, though. And
30
Cesser
seconds
still
left.
holding on to number 2. Cesser keeping the pressure here on the backside of Julian as they work their way through that step-on, step-off kind of tabletop area. A little bit of daylight now shining between 1 and 2 with 15 seconds left to go. Julian out in front, Kenny in that number 3. J.R. Mitch in that number 4. J.R. Mitch in the 3 is Paul Wynn in the 4 and Trent Walker into 5. 5 seconds left to go. These guys are not going to get on another lap. They're going to. They may squeeze in one more lap. Julian going to get another lap. As the race clock expires,
Kenny Cesser done.
it'll be Kenny
J.R Mitch
Cesser
done.
taken to number 2, J.R Mitch
done.
in a 3,
Trent
and
Walker done.
Julian on
Tyler
the
Rhymes
victory
done.
lap.
Kyle Paquette done.
As he's going to be
Patrick
racing
Bird
his
done.
way back to the line and taking the win here in A-Main number 1 of
Julian
2-wheel drive
Oliveira's
mod Buggy. And there we go, guys. That is the race. Everybody is done. In the last race, Julian going to lead him off here with JR right there on his back bumper. These guys had some epic battles in A-Main number 1. How will it shake down here in A-Main number 2? Julian going to lead on lap number 1 as they come across the line. Oh, no, one snags bike, rolls upside down. I think that might have been Kenny Cesser. Kenny going to fall down several positions here. Still early in this one, only lap number 1. It's Julian, JR, Paul, Mason, Nolan, your top 5. Patrick Burton at 6. Julian right now out in front, opening up a quick lead here now on the field. Last time by, he was 1.2 seconds up. Looks like that lead going to grow to nearly 2.5 seconds here now. Let's see when they come back to the line. Yep, exactly 2.5 seconds between 1 and 2. Julian took the win in A-Main number 1. Looking to wrap it up here in A-Main number 2. J.R. Mitch in that number 2 spot. Paul Wynn keeping some pressure here on J.R. Man, these two have raced together for years upon years. They've been racing longer than Julian probably been alive. That's true. I mean, JR's been around for 40 years. Paul's been around, I know, for 30. He's been around for 40, raced in the 80s. Julian right now out in front. J.R. Mitch in that number 2. Man, look at him go at it. 2 and 3 here in the middle section of the track. Around the sweeper. Paul Wynn. Paul Wynn going to send it. Oh, man. Oh, no. JR gets a little squirrely. He and Paul get together. They're trying to get it separated. And Mason now going to die. Oh, man. Oh, JR all tied up and in the mix of that one. Oh. Paul Wynn now up in that number 2 spot. As JR and Paul hard racing
3 minutes left.
Mason going to move up in that number 3. Kenny Cesser. Man, Cesser was all the way down in that number 9 spot, and he has battled his way up to the 4. Kyle Paquette in the 5. Nolan Manchester 6. J.R. Mitch in that number 7. Patrick Burton in the 8. Trent Walker in the 9. Tyler Rhymes in the 10. Still a lot of racing left to go. 2:40 remaining. Julian still maintaining race lead. 10 seconds up on the field. Paul Wynn holding on that number 2. There's Julian coming across the line. Paul Wynn at number 2. Mason working at number 3. Marina right now 1.7 seconds up on Kenny Cesser. Cesser is closing that gap. Oh, no, Cesser with a bad lander. Going to roll upside down and lose several positions here. Manchester works his way to the number 4. J.R. Mitch now up to that 5. Mitch is on the move.
2 minutes
all
left.
All the way down that number 8 spot, I believe, after the melee that took place. Coming onto the back short chute. Julian still out in front. JR now closing in on Mason, or Nolan. Nolan going to roll his upside down. Nope, other side. There you go, Nolan. There you go. So that's going to put JR Mitch now up into the number 4. JR right now 2.8 seconds back of Mason for that number 3. 2.9 seconds to gap for Mitch. Paul Wynn still holding on that number 2 spot with Julian. Now with a 12-second lead up on the field. 2-wheel drive modified buggy presented by Jconcepts. Only a minute 15 left to go here in A-Main number 2. J.R. Mitch now closes that gap down to 2.4 seconds as he's trying to run down Mason for that number 3.
1 minute left.
4 minutes down, 1 minute left to go. Julian with a comfortable lead. 14 seconds up on the field. Oh, we got one upside down. There we go. Thank you, Nick.
45 seconds left.
Thank you, Nick Christopher. Appreciate that. With 45 seconds left to go, Mason now really beginning to feel the pressure from JR. JR's only 1.2 seconds back. Kenny Cesser working at number 5. Cesser 9/10 of a second behind Mitch.
30 seconds left.
Paul wins, still holding on at number 2. He's 3.4 seconds up on Mason. 20 seconds remaining. JR now down to 1 second behind Mason for the 3. 15 seconds left to go.
15 seconds left.
Julian right now with a comfortable lead, nearly a lap up on the entire field. He's just behind second place, Paul Wynn. Kenny Cesser now all over the backside of J.R. Mitch here as they come in through the berm turn. Oh, man, Kenny going hard,
Patrick
rolls his
done.
upside down, keeps it on, or back, gets it right back on all
Paul
4
Wynn
wheels.
done.
Mason going to try
Julian
to go up here on
Oliveira's
the right-hand
done.
side. Mason
Kyle
going to race it
Paquette
back to
done.
the line, going to finish up in
Mason
that number
Marino
3.
done.
JR going to
J.R.
come home
Mitch
into 4.
done.
Kenny Cesser in
Kenny
the 5.
Cesser done.
Waiting on Nolan Manchester.
Nolan Manchester done.
Tyler Rhymes.
Tyler Rhymes
There we
done.
go.